The Crypto Markets Update is presented by Grayscale, the world's largest digital currency asset manager.
All right, time for our live look at Bitcoin. The CoinDesk Bitcoin price XVX index is currently trading at $56,705. Bitcoin is up about 3% over the past 24 hours. Taking a look at the CoinDesk Ether price ETX index is at 3583, up about almost 1% over the past 24 hours. And taking a look at the DFX CoinDesk DeFi index is at 578. DeFi is retreating about 2.75% over the past 24 hours. Joining us now to discuss the crypto markets is Kapil Rathi, co-founder and CEO of CrossTower, an institutional trading firm. Hello there, Kapil. So we see Bitcoin and ETH are advancing, but though I'm also seeing a lot of red in the rest of the crypto markets. What is your outlook? Oh, I think you're on mute. There we are.
All right, sorry about that. Good morning, everyone. We're noticing some real macro trends. Equities, on the other hand, on one hand, are trading in sideways, still recovering from China real estate fiasco, interest rate fears, while Bitcoin and Ether, some of the macro, more institutional friendly assets, are actually enjoying the upside, primarily driven by the news that's coming out of regulatory world in DC. Other altcoins, I think it's just a matter of sort of correlation. We're seeing a shift from some of these altcoins into Bitcoin and Ether. And coming from, again, we're very focused on the institution side, a regulatory clarity that we have started seeing from DC is helping that push up.
Kapil, you mentioned the issues in the Chinese bond market there. Do you think that some of this bullishness in crypto is directly related? In other words, do you think that money is going out of bonds in China, out of the lending market and into crypto? Or is it a flight to safety, or is the rally primarily related specifically just to Bitcoin and people's outlook for crypto in general?
Yeah, China is playing a really important role. On one hand, we're seeing sort of negative news coming out of China. They are banning cryptocurrencies. Now they are preventing Bitmain from selling mining equipment to Chinese manufacturers. I think overall it's healthy from an institutional perspective. But a couple of years ago, 70% of hash rate was in China. And that the fact that this hash rate is now diversifying and US is actually benefiting from it is seen positive by our institutional customers. From an equity or sort of real estate market perspective, the decoupling that we have seen in equities and crypto is really positive. Up until September, crypto and equities were sort of moving in tandem. We saw equity and bond market kind of taking a dive, and then crypto went with that. But in the late September, early October, we're seeing a shift. And so this non-correlation between equities and crypto, that use case is now playing out where Bitcoin and ETH are seen as hedge.
So you mentioned regulatory clarity from DC affecting the overall crypto market. Can you just be a little bit specific about what you are talking about? Where is there regulatory clarity in DC?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. I mean, look, for institutional adoptions, of course, we're seeing a lot of institutions trying to come in. One of the main issues that everybody keeps bringing is how is it being regulated, right? So we're talking to traditional hedge funds, $40-50 billion hedge funds. Everybody's concerned about how is it going to be regulated. Up until last week, there was a lot of sort of nuances. SEC commissioner has his own views. Janet Yellen has her own views. But then on a week ago, we saw Biden administration talking about regulating stablecoin, which is a really huge asset class. And when they talk about regulating it, that means they will put some framework into it. And then the Fed came out asking for comment on central bank digital currencies, which is again seen as positive. And then on last Friday, we saw Biden administration mulling over putting an executive order in regarding crypto. there's not much detail about it, but our speculation is that it will probably lead to in some sort of formation of an agency that will legislate or regulate cryptocurrencies. As long as we keep seeing these positive movements coming out of DC, the market, of course, is seeing these as positive attributes for the asset class.